Hello, welcome.
Well,
We
back.
tried
It's
to walk out and slam the door. Ah,
accidentally.
technology.
Buttons are hard, especially when they're written
Technology.
right there for you and well labeled,
In a big red.
right? In a big red, don't touch this unless
Do
you're
you
ready to
want
touch
to
this.
leave? Yes.
Yes, I
Yes, I
do.
do.
Frankly, indeed.
How did you
So,
know?
welcome to our month wrap up. It's October.
September has come and gone. We are
September happened.
done. And we are wrapping it up.
We are,
Oh my.
right? I definitely theme read, which is not surprising, right? I definitely theme read this month.
Color me shocked.
Right? Color me super surprised. And it's going to continue because I'm super excited about the one I'm getting ready to start reading. So I'm
This,
like, oh look, it's more.
these
Because we
are
are
the
in
themes.
the official Burr months and all of the everything has the word spice in it, I think. At least a couple things have the word spice in it for mine. So
And not for chili pepper spice, but like
no.
actual holiday spice,
Right. And
pumpkin spice.
I don't think a lot of the books I've read lately are very low on the spice meter, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with higher spice. Fine with lower spice. The things I've read toward the end of the month were definitely lower spice, which is fine. Um, but I think the one I started with was high spice, and I was not expecting it. High, not seasonal spice.
It
High,
was
yeah,
surprise spice.
yes, it was. It was
The other
surprise
spice girl.
side, a side of the smutty spice. So that's kind of where we went. How did your month go
Okay.
for reading? How do you feel it went?
I had spice.
You had spice, okay.
Had a little spice.
Of the pumpkin
Um
variety or of the
no,
the other variety?
no.
Okay,
Of the chili pepper variety, but
perfect.
like in a weird way.
Okay, okay. I'm
Weird
interested.
spice. Yeah,
Right?
and actually, like, these are, it's funny because, we always talk about this when we come into our wrap ups and, like, okay, what did we read? We have to look back on the month, and I'm like, am I going to have enough to talk about?
We
Because
always have
I did not read Quantity.
enough. Mm-hmm.
But we've talked about this. I had to remind myself, like, oh, yeah, you said you were going to, you being me, this is me talking to myself, you said you wanted to read the Game of Thrones, and
Yeah,
so
which is like three
um,
books, the
it's
equivalent of three
five.
books. Oh gosh, no, I mean
It's
the
five.
size. Each size feels
Oh
like
yeah.
it's
Okay.
like three books, right? Like
This one is
that's
a
not a thin
thousand
book.
pages.
Is that print very small?
It's
Because I feel like that it looks overwhelming in your hand.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and this is one of the bigger books,
Yeah.
so I did go for the bigger ones to be able to read easier. And so it's no wonder that I legit read two books this month, this one and another one.
But that one counts as three, so you really read four.
This there is a lot in here, and moving on, we'll be reading book three next, which is also another 1,100 pages. It is
Yeah.
insane. We are starting to veer off from the TV storyline. Things are not the
Okay.
same.
I was gonna say, are we
Um,
enjoying it still like we did the first one? Like, is it still making sense?
yes, yes. I feel like there's more people and
Okay.
like names and more characters, and they talk about like history, and there's a lot of names. There's a lot of names to keep track of,
Right.
and that plus being 1,000 pages, like it's not something you sit down. And I know I've said this before, but like you're not gonna just charge through it in a weekend.
Mm-mm.
Maybe you could. I cannot. So I've been taking my time with it and reading it, and yeah, still very much enjoying the story.
Good.
Very
We like that.
interesting.
We like that.
Yes.
We're
A
moving
little
it up, so
closer.
right a little closer, please. No, that's good, and I still commend you because I feel like after the second book, I'd be like, okay, I'm done with this series now. I'll read it again later. But you're like, no, we're
I'm
gonna
not a
read the
quitter.
third one, right? But I feel
I'm
like
so
in
not a
some
quitter.
instances, I am, right? Because I love the idea, but it's also the same reason I don't get into like a TV show that has a lot of episodes. 'Cause I'm like, it's too many. Can't do it. Just
Yeah.
can't commit to it. And so the fact that they're big
Yeah.
books and you're still like, no, we're in on it. We like the people. We're following the story.
And I've set that goal for myself, right?
yeah,
Like I'm reading a book at the beginning of each month and however long it takes me, and I'll finish them by the end of the year so that I can be like, okay, I've done it, because
done.
I feel like that's to hear these books talked about in the literary world, in my limited view of threads and book talk and all those things. Like, this is one that people rave about, or they're very polarized, I guess. Some
Yeah.
people really enjoy it, and some people are like, nah. So I'm like, okay, I need to figure out what this is all about. And here we are. We're in
I
it.
do love that though. I like a polarized. Like I didn't think I did, because
Mm-hmm.
when we got into the Fourth Wing, the what was the other one, Akatar, that sort of thing. It was kind of like, oh, everybody's reading them and they're all loving them and blah blah blah. And then you have some of these opinions. And I'm like, I don't know if I feel like I'm just supposed to like it, but I kind of like the opportunity to get into a series where it's like not everybody loves it, but there are people who do, and like there are people who are show first, and it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
cool to be able to get in there and say like, no, like I actually like this better, or
It's
this makes
sheer
more sense.
curiosity. Yes.
Yeah,
You're like, I want to know. And that's what we talk about, hyped books, right? These are
yeah.
these are also hyped books, and so I'm seeing what that is about. So, it's been interesting.
I like that you're
And
reading it after the hype though, because like we had the
oh
show
my
and
god,
everything.
like
I love that
years
you're reading it
after.
afterwards. Yeah, but I love that you're reading it
I'm
after
so
because then
late.
it's you're not late. You're experiencing it as you're supposed to. I
I'm a
think it's
wizard. I show up
yes,
exactly when I'm supposed to.
exactly when you're supposed to. I just think it is cool because then you're not. I feel like on all of the social things, we're seeing all of that stuff of people who are still reading these hyped books. So it kind of pushes you toward feeling a certain way sometimes. And so
Yeah.
for you, it already exists and it's already like had part of its heyday. So now you just get to enjoy it as it exists
Yeah.
without having to, one, discover it for the first time, or two, have to be drawn toward a certain outcome because of what everybody else thinks.
I feel like the conversations are still continuing.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is not something that lulled and then they're like, okay, the hype is over, whatever. But like, people are still continuing to read these. And I will say, these books, like, you do have to stay in the world. Like, you
Yeah.
do have to back them. Otherwise, like, there's so much happening. So that's kind of also the push. Like, you have to stay in the world and keep going.
Yeah,
So
and that was what I was
it's
going
been
to ask.
interesting.
Is there a time when you're reading where you're like, hey, I also want to pick up something else and read it alongside this? It's not the same. Or are you
Yes.
just like, no, I'm just in it right now and I'm only reading this one?
I've been doing things a little differently this month.
That's fair.
So I've been doing this and audiobook
Okay. Yeah.
while I'm doing other things. So that's all I'm doing right now. I feel like if I open that can and start reading other books, that I might not come back,
Yeah.
to these, just because it could be a little daunting to like go, okay, I'm gonna pick up this book, like, it's time. It
Yeah.
kind of feels like a chore until you crack it open and then you start reading and you're like, oh yeah, like,
Oh.
I'd like to hear more. Like, what's going on with this story? What are we doing? So I try to just stay in these for reading right
That's
now.
fair. And I feel like that's very good of you because I'm not good at that. Because if I start to feel overwhelmed or like it's a slog, I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah, no, it hasn't been a slog, thank goodness.
Good.
It's
Good.
just definitely time consuming, I'll
Yeah,
say.
it just takes your focus. Like you can't read while something else is on, right?
Mm-mm,
There are certain
no.
books I can't read while the kids are chatting with me because I will
Mm-hmm.
have to read the same pages over and over and over again.
Yeah. I'm like, wait, how did we get here? I've been
Right?
mindlessly reading. Yes. No,
Yeah, I
this is
did
not the
find that.
kind of book.
I was reading something, but I was reading on my phone, so it looks like I'm just scrolling, but I'm actually like reading because I for some reason will not pull my iPad out to read. That feels too big, but my phone is definitely too small.
Yeah.
But I'm
it's
reading on it
convenient
anyway. It's
because it's
super
right there.
convenient. Yeah, and I can just hold on to it and like kids can be talking, I'm at practice, whatever, and I'm just scrolling through, but it literally looks like I'm just like scrolling social media and I'm like, no, really,
Wait.
I'm reading.
Oh, are we scrolling? Are we
We
scroll reading now?
we are scroll
Are
reading
we?
now. We are scroll
Yes!
reading now. I had to Google how to fix it, but I do scroll read now because I was like, oh no, I
Is
like the
it
page turn.
so
No,
great?
the scroll reading is so much better because then I don't feel like I'm stopping. Right? I don't feel like
Yes.
I feel like with the page turn, it almost takes my focus out, which I didn't recognize. I got annoyed because I was reading a book that I wanted to like, I was really just devouring it. And I started to get annoyed when I had to wait for the page turn animation. And I was like, that's a millisecond I could have my eyes on the next words.
I love this.
So I did switch. And I now scroll,
And now
which
you
is much
get
easier.
it.
Yes, and
Welcome.
now it tells me
Welcome
at the
to the
bottom,
dark side.
it's like this many minutes until you're done with the book. I'm like, don't do that to me. Don't tell me, because now it's like a GPS. Now I have to beat it.
Yes. Okay. So as part of this, I was like, oh, maybe I could audiobook this and then I
Yeah.
could go back and forth.
Yeah.
So I logged in and I reserved my little audiobook for it. 37 and a half hours.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I was like, I did not need to know that.
No.
That's a lot.
Yeah. That's
So that backfired.
yeah. I feel like anything where it's like, oh, it'll be 20 hours. I'm like, no, it won't. Can't do it. Can't do it. Not interested in 20 hours.
37 and a half?
That's so many hours. That's
Jeez.
over a day. That's over a day and a half. Like,
That's like a work week.
honestly, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Don't say it like that. That sounds terrible. Yes, it is.
Right? Like, this is where my mind went.
You were like, I should be getting paid for this at this point.
And then also, I was like, but we were calculating. We were like, okay, but like, I would read like 1.5 speed. And so, like, what do we really think that would
What does
be?
it really look like?
It was just some news that I did not need. So,
No.
37 and a half
So we
hours.
didn't audiobook that one.
I still have it in case I like don't have the opportunity to sit and read, but
Right.
nah, we haven't cracked into that. I saw that and I was like,
That's fair. That's very fair. I did not audiobook anything, nor did I Game of Thrones style anything. I have done the exact opposite of you. I actually started my month with Surprise, Surprise, an ARC read, and it was a little bit different than my usual genre. It's a book called Garden of Earthly Delights, and it's from
Okay.
an author who only writes LGBTQ books, and usually they are male perspective books, right? So it's male main character, male love interest, like that's the whole book or whatever. This was definitely probably the most smut I have read in a while, which
Okay.
I don't know if I think I kind of expected it, but not really expected it. But at the same time, it's weird because it was it's like a Bridgerton-esque time period, right? So there's a lot of the proper, and like somebody becomes a duke and somebody becomes a lord and somebody's an earl or whatever, like, you know what I mean? So there's all these different plays, but they are younger adults. We're talking like 20s, right? But you still have the, the one guy who's supposed to be marrying this guy's daughter, but there's not a love interest there because he's in love with this other guy. Like, it's all of these things happening. But I will say it was tastefully done smut,
Okay.
right?
We love
And so I was
that.
like, oh, okay, like, yes, it's very like not something I can read out loud, right? Not reading it out loud, not sharing excerpts with buddies on Instagram, not that kind of a book, but definitely one that like held my attention, and I really I enjoyed the characters, and you really felt like the pull between expectation of the time, because it was very much like, we're not doing that. You don't talk about that. Like, you're supposed to grow up and you're supposed to marry a woman and you're supposed to these are the expectations that are set for you, so everything has to be done in secret. So it was very much alongside what the expectations of the times were. But you also got the feelings of longing and the the feeling of being misunderstood and just wanting to live like a life that they felt was more authentic and things like that, versus, oh, if I do this, then I'm going to lose my position, my title, and everything I own. And so it was very interesting to read all of those different things. It was very good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I was like, oh, the author writes a whole bunch of stuff like that. So definitely something to look into, should, I want to delve into that again. But it was, like I said, good book, but it's definitely like started that one. I think I started with an arc and ended with an arc. Which doesn't surprise anybody who's been here for a little while.
Also, cue shocked and surprised face.
Right? I think I have them I think I probably will have them a couple every month for the next little while. I'm actually finishing another one now that we'll talk about in the next wrap up, but getting ahead on some of those. So that was, like I said, that was good. I want to say I gave that one 3.5 or 4 star.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, so it was, like I said, it was good. It was well written. I enjoyed it. It took me a little while to get into it at the beginning because I was like, what am I reading? Like, it starts off right away. Like, it starts directly into like, we're at an event and there's a lot of things happening and yada yada. And so I was like, whoa, like, we just jumped directly in. But I actually didn't hate that. Like, I was like,
That's
oh,
good though.
there was
Yeah.
no lead up. It was just like a bam, book start. And I was like,
You're
okay.
in it.
Yeah.
Yes. I
So,
do like those kinds too because like you don't have to warm up. You don't have to feel in. You don't have to get to know people. You're just
yeah.
like, oh, this is what we're doing.
Yes. Exactly.
And we'll figure things out as we go. Great.
Yeah.
Great. Color me intrigued.
Exactly. That's what we will do. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
So that's the one I started the month with. Kind of
Okay.
kicked my month off with something a little bit different, which I don't hate, shaking up a little bit now and then.
Yeah. Nice. What'd you go to after that? Like what then led into it?
So I went right from that to pumpkin spice things, right? Which is funny because I actually personally despise pumpkin spice. I do not like pumpkin pies. I do not like
Same.
pumpkin spice lattes. I do not like pumpkin flavored things. I don't even
Same.
like pumpkin scented things. Love the idea. Love a
Yep.
pumpkin decoration.
Yep.
Love a pumpkin aesthetic. Love pumpkins on the front porch. Hate them when I have to ingest them. So
Nope, absolutely
I
not.
actually went into the Cinnamon Spice Inn,
Mm-hmm.
which very pumpkiny, very fall, very all of the things, and it was 100% a Hallmark movie. So Hallmark movie book, girl lives in the city, has to come back because, unfortunately a few years prior her mother passed away. Her dad is running the Cinnamon Spice Inn where she grew up, which is in this little town, and the Cinnamon Spice Inn is in danger. It's failing. Things are not going well. She actually ends up getting a letter, for like an anonymous letter that's like, hey, you need to go help your dad and your grandma. Things are not going well. They've let go of the chef. They've let go of the guy who does the repairs. They've let, like, it's literally just dad who keeps rescuing animals. So there's like a new dog and an extra horse and a donkey. And she's like, what are you doing? And then there's grandma who's doing what she can, but she's like 80 something. And the first night she arrives, a tree falls through the living room of the inn,
Oh.
like during a storm.
Oh my.
And the gentleman who is supposed to fix it, who's like the town handyman, is naturally the gentleman that she dated when she went away to college.
Enemy
And there was some,
at this point, like
right,
no
there was
good.
some miscommunication. There's still a
Uh-huh.
spark ball boss you have to get through all of that. And then there's, of course, the fall festival, and there's the, we are going to close the inn and reopen it on Halloween, and like all of those things. So it was super cute. I did give that one a 3. So a normal, just good mood read, nice Hallmark vibes.
Yeah.
Definitely one that I'm like, yeah, if you want to read it, like, have at it, go read it. I'm cool with that. So one of those that I wouldn't mind handing off to let somebody read, and if it doesn't come back to me, that's okay.
Yeah. You're like,
So.
I'm good. It's now a
Yes.
shelf trophy. I will not give you another thought.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I did that one and then followed that one directly up with another pumpkin one. So I went arc read, pumpkin. Have you been to Barnes & Noble this month by chance?
I have not. I
Okay.
have not.
So there's a book that they had this thing where if you like go and buy a drink at the cafe, you can buy this book for $5. And I was like,
I
don't
do
hate that.
follow.
yes, see? So
I
you know what I'm
follow the
talking
one
about.
at Union Square, so I did see this. Yes.
Yes. And so we had gone to the bookstore, and I look at Mike and I was like, hey, I need
I'm
you to buy a
feeling
drink.
thirsty. I
What
need
are
a drink.
you thirsty for? I'm not thirsty, but I need you to buy something. Like, I will buy it for you. I was like, I need you to
That's
order
even
something so I can
better.
get this book. So he was like, am I thirsty? And I was like, I would like you to be thirsty.
I need
because
you
I'm
to be
not.
thirsty.
But I need the book. I'm like, I'm happy to buy you the drink.
Because I'm not, but you
not.
need to be.
I
I
you to be
will
thirsty
not.
'cause I need this book, right? So get super excited because this is pumpkin spice and everything nice. And we're also shiny, right?
Yes.
Super cute looking, like very fallish, very fantastic. I hated this book. I hated this book. And I don't hate books. Like,
Yeah, that is
it's
bold.
it's not bad enough that I didn't finish it. I didn't DNF it. I finished it. But I definitely gave it 2 stars, which I don't ever do. I don't ever give 2 stars to anything.
This is the
like-
one I did see, and I was like, oh, we need to talk. She gave a book 2 stars.
I gave a book
Who
2 stars. And like,
is
look,
she?
it has like the cute, like
it has everything that we think that you
well, love, right?
What went wrong?
Look, they're like the same freaking book. Liked it, hated it. Very weird that happened. And I was like, as I'm reading it, I'm like, it's got to get better. Like it has to, I'm explaining what's happening in it as I'm reading it. And I'm like, to the point that my daughter was like, is this the book you don't like? Like I apparently had already said it out loud that I was like, I'm not enjoying this book. Like I want to finish this one, but I'm not enjoying it. Because she'll ask me as I'm sitting there reading. And I was like, this is not one that I'll like. I'm not going to give you this one. She's like, okay. It's a young adult book, which is not what I usually read. But if I do, I'm not typically annoyed by it. I'm like, I can get behind that, right? It's fine. It's about a girl in high school who her mom owns the local coffee shop called Cup of Joe, which is very cute. So mom owns a shop. She goes in and helps her mom all the time. She's also like the resident baker, loves, like, that's her release. She bakes things. And across the street, a new coffee shop is supposed to open, which is like a chain, right? It's like a Starbucks opening up in front of your local fall themed shop. And it's also set in this place that's super fall-y, and like this time of the year there's like people who show up and they, come to see the leaves and yada yada. Every time it's mentioned, the word like pumpkin spice latte
Public
is mentioned.
sweat.
Public
Oh
spice.
my.
Public spice, not public spice. Every time that pumpkin spice latte is mentioned, the line or something about how much she hates pumpkin spice lattes comes out. The whole book. The whole book. She talks about how much she hates pumpkin spice because it's artificial and it's gross and blah blah blah, and they shouldn't ever make one at their shop and blah blah blah. But the other shop is known for their pumpkin spice lattes.
Yeah.
And so the new kid at school is the son of the people who own this new coffee shop.
Oh.
Right? And so he's trying to be like kind to her and nice and helpful, and like he seems to be like just an enjoyable young man who, I don't know, is just trying to make friends and is coming into high school in a new place again, like that sort of thing. And she's just insufferable. She's moody and unkind and whiny. She's not even nice to her friends all the time, and they're like trying to help her. It almost feels like everybody is, I don't know what the word is. They're just used to catering to her and her mood swings.
Oh.
And I hate that.
I hate that.
I hate
for
that.
everyone involved.
Right? Because I'm like, I get it. If you go through like some sort of transformation, or I understand that you're worried about things, like, I get all of those things, but you don't have to be an unkind sod to do that.
And typically, you have been this way from what we're reading the whole time.
Right?
Dang.
Because we're having, oh, do we need an emergency baking session? Which means that's something that has happened before when we are stressed about something. But everybody drops whatever they're doing to cater to you in high school? Come on.
I mean, those are some good friends. Those are some
They're
great
great friends,
as
but at the
long
same
as she's
time-
reciprocating. Is there no reciprocation? We're not? Okay.
No. And so the book ends, and I was like, cool, put that one on my list. I'm done. But I'm seeing it, like I'm seeing it everywhere. People are like, oh, I'm reading this one, or blah, blah, blah. And I did not like it. I think there could have been a little bit more.
$5 book.
It was a $5 book. But I buy a lot of $5 books that are real books, and they seem to be fine. But this one was not. So I do not recommend this one. I don't know. I assume he enjoyed it. I didn't have any. I think it was lemonade.
Ooh,
I don't know. He didn't even get a pumpkin spice anything.
Okay.
He didn't.
I'll have the least non-fall drink to get the
Right? Can I have a
most
lemonade, please?
fall book.
Yes, and then the $5 book. So am I glad I read it? Yes, because again, it fits the theme.
Yeah, it is the time for it. Yes.
But it could have been a better book. And I was trying to think and put myself into the space of like, if I were a high schooler, is this something I would have enjoyed? And I still think the answer is no. Because it's supposed to be like a YA romance. There's no romance in this.
Oh.
They like brush hands a couple times. And you're like, is that it? And she goes back and forth between like thinking
You're
that
gonna
it would
hope
be nice
that's
and
it when your
hating
kids are in high school.
Right, but at the same time, like, they could at least give each other a hug. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it seems like it was just a lot of like, he's kind of nice, I hate him. Like, it just kept going back and forth like that. And I was like, okay, figure it out. You can't hate him and think he's nice in the literal same paragraph. He's done nothing to you except to be kind. But he hasn't. If he had done something worth her anger, I would have been like, yeah, totally. Like, have at it. Enjoy, feel your feelings. I didn't feel like it was a feel your feelings. I think she was feeling every feeling just for her. And I was annoyed.
Not a fan.
Not a fan. Which is funny because I usually am like, oh, it's okay. I can get by. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It is not one I will recommend, which stinks.
Nice.
But it's not going to deter me from getting $5
so
books again.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I had a very interesting opinion, and Addie did ask. She was like, "Did you like it?" And she was like, "Did it end up being good?" And I was like, "No, actually."
No.
I said, "Not every book I read is going to be my favorite book." And she was like, "All right, I can get by that."
And that's awesome to be able to like start to discern that. Like, this had everything I thought I needed. This fit. This checked the boxes on
Every
so
box.
many things that I like.
Yeah.
And yet, here we are, 2-star. I remember seeing that, and I was like, oh, who hurt you?
What happened? Are you having a bad day? Was it just a
Because
bad read? It
those
took me a
are
little
not
while to
ones you
read it.
give out easy. Like,
Mm-mm.
those are not.
I don't. If it's a book that I was like, yeah, that was cool. Like, I'll enjoy that. Whatever. It's a 3, right? I'm like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was a
Mm-hmm.
book, right?
Yeah.
And this was I'm not recommending this. That's what my 2-star is. A DNF usually gets a 1, which just doesn't happen very often at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I probably could have given this a 1.5 if we were doing partial stars.
If we were half-starring things.
If we had to do it.
That.
So, Addie did join a book club at her school during lunchtime once a week, which I think is so funny because she does like to read like I do, but she is having a similar experience because she's not enjoying the book they're reading. She doesn't like the topic. But they're like, okay, read page 1 to 37 by the time of this time next week.
Mm-hmm.
Mom was like, hey, you're supposed to read that whole book by next week, aren't you? And she was like, what? And I was like, it's a book club. Don't you have to read the whole book by next week? And I was like, we're only like 8 chapters in. Like, we got to get this done. And she was like, I only have to read to page 37. And I was like, oh, never mind. As you were. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, gotcha.
You're fine. So
you have a little more structured.
Yeah, a little more structured for, elementary school. But I like that they're having like an optional, they come during their lunchtime once a week and they all sit together and they answer questions about it and stuff.
And that will expand her on other books and like what other people are reading. And it gives her a chance to form an opinion.
It does. And to
Just
know that
like
it's okay if she doesn't like it.
So good. Yes.
Right? So those were the fall themed ones that I read.
Okay.
This month.
Okay.
And I have another one, like I said, that I'm reading for this current month that I'm actually quite excited about it. So hopefully it does better than Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice. What was your other book that you read? Your audiobook, I'm guessing?
I did an audiobook, yes. I've been sewing. And so I've had much audiobook time. And so I had to look it up. I am, because I'm not a quitter, I am now on A Court of Wings and Ruin, book 3.
Oh.
In the ACOTAR. So.
Okay.
Yes.
And is this the dramatized one again too?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Absolutely. We have different people. We have the sound effects. Yes. This is a weird one for me because I feel like I'm in the middle of this world. I have to keep going.
Right.
And I'm not enjoying it. But I'm also not going to. I was actually talking to someone about it and they were like, oh, would you recommend that? And I was like, probably not. Like, I just can't. And I think it's because the first book was not great. And it had people, I've heard this from other people as well, not said, keep going, this series would not have done well.
No, because I tell anybody who goes to pick this one up, just get through book 1.
Just get through. Although, I did see something that hinted back that there were signs in the first book.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You know what I'm talking about?
Down. Yeah, because for a second I was like, what happens in book 3? Because since I read them all, I just have they are all one.
Yes, one big conglomerate.
Like, book 3.
Yes. Yeah. So there's a lot of things now, which of course I didn't pick up on because I don't really remember those kind of details. But to see those, I'm like, oh, clever. I like this. It was
right.
There.
That's what I did like.
Yeah.
Right. I like when we pull back to things that I've read before because it feels like it ties it all together as one experience.
Yeah, and you're like, okay. So, would I waste time reading those books? No.
Fair.
But as an audiobook, graphic audio experience in my mind, while I'm sewing or doing laundry or doing chores, like that kind of thing, it's a good, I could consume this. And now that I'm in the middle, I'm not just going to stop. Because I did consider, okay, you finish book 2, we could be done. And I'm like, But I mean, I'm not a quitter,
I kind of want to know what happens.
so let's just keep going because like it's
Yeah.
not hurting anything. So
Right.
that is, I will continue. But yeah, I don't. And I was trying to think when I was having this conversation, who would I recommend this to? Like, what kind of. And I don't have an answer for that yet.
Fair.
I don't know. I'm not there yet.
I wonder if you would have a different experience if you had read this first and Fourth Wing second. Because Fourth Wing is better than this.
Fourth Wing is better than this.
Yes.
You're absolutely right. And maybe that is it.
Because it's in the same, it's not, clearly it's two different authors, two different worlds,
yes.
Whatever, but it's all fantasy. It's very fantasy.
Yes.
And I read ACOTAR first and then Fourth Wing later. And will tell you that Fourth Wing I prefer over ACOTAR. So I'm wondering, as you're talking, I'm kind of like, I wonder if you had read ACOTAR first, if you'd be like, oh no, I get it. It was good. I enjoyed it. Like it was fine. It was a nice world and the building and everything. And then you read Fourth Wing and you're like, oh, but the world building.
Yes.
Like the fact that it was like, oh, somebody had posted the other day and they were like, happy threshing day. And I was like, oh, it's Dragon Day. Like I still, even though the books I finished reading them, I was still like, oh no, I love that. Like I was excited about that. Not something that I planned my day around, but it was cute to see and be like, oh, okay, Whereas if I see an ACOTAR thing right now, I'm like, cool. Like I remember that part, but I'm not going to get,
I think
certain figures from my book. You know what I mean? I'm not putting those figures on my bookshelf as decoration anymore. Where when I read it originally, I was like, oh, I need that thing, which I will not mention here because I don't want to ruin anything. But I need that figure on my bookshelf because like that would be so cool. And now I'm like, I could put something else there.
I can wait. Yeah, and I think it's the main character.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not feeling aligned with her.
And we're still in her story, yes. Where she's still like,
yes,
that's right. I think that's why I prefer book 5.
Okay.
I think that's why I prefer book 5 because things kind of start to move. I think toward the end of book 3, like if I'm remembering correctly, I think toward the end of book 3 we start to shift a little bit.
Okay, I am part 1 of book 3.
Yes.
Book 3 is a 3-part audiobook.
Oh my gosh. That's so many parts.
Which the first one is just under 7 hours.
Okay.
So that's probably why it's broken up because then like you see this and you're like 37 and a half hours.
I'm not doing that.
Thank you.
Right? And this one you're like, oh no, I can do 7. That's less than a work day. It's fine.
Right? It's fine. I'll get through it. So yeah. So that's where I'm at. And I'm thinking, yes, as you're saying that, not even just Fourth Wing, but like the other fantasy books that we've read. This is probably a good intro to fantasy. Adult fantasy.
Yeah, I think that's how I would
say. Okay. Because that's why I would recommend this too.
Yes, that's perfect. If somebody has not been in the fantasy realm or they're kind of like, I don't really get all the hype, I don't read any of that kind of stuff, whatever, this is probably a great one to start with. Because I think that's what I did. Because I held out on it for a while. Because I was like, I'm not going to read it. And then like all 5 of the books, and I was like, oh, they were like on sale at Target or something. And I was like, I'll get it. Like I'll get it and I'll, see if I like it or whatever. And that's what I was like, oh, fantasy doesn't suck.
Right?
Right. I was like, fantasy does not suck.
That is who I would introduce it to. And I will say the bright colored books and the whole set, like legit, all the booktube, book talk, bookstagram, you can see like you're like, yep, you've got those. Yep, I see that. Oh, I see your 5 stack of like bright, like it is bold and recognizable for sure.
Definitely noticeable.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So now I want to know, are you new to fantasy? If you guys are new to fantasy,
right?
Let's test this theory. If there's anybody looking to step into fantasy, maybe I'll go back and re-have that conversation with my person.
Maybe.
And say, you know what? I changed my mind.
Exactly.
Like, I want to use you as a lab rat.
Real quick. Go read this and tell me what you think.
Just go ahead and get them.
And don't listen to anything that we've said about it so far yet.
Right? Changed my mind.
Because nobody warned me about book 1 when I started.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, so I just read it and I was like, all right, like I get it. And I had the other books. I was like, I'm just going to roll right into book 2. So I didn't take the time to stop and be like.
You did have all of them at the time, yes. Mm-hmm. And
So
I
I
will
just
tell
rolled
you,
it.
when I finished book one, I was like, I'm going to have to break Meg's heart. I hated this. And you were like, oh, yeah, yeah, we talked about that. And I was like, oh, we did talk about
I was like,
that.
yeah,
Okay, I'll
I'm
keep
not,
going.
my heart is not broken. You are good. It's going to take a little bit more than hating Akatar to break my heart, I think.
Yeah,
There are
yeah.
other books that I will be very upset if you end up hating.
There are other books
But,
we will fight over
right,
if we don't
I will,
like.
that is
Yes.
a hill I will unalive on. It's fine. Um, I think I said something like that earlier. I was talking to that, the books that I read earlier, I think it was last month, the Spell Shop and the Enchanted Greenhouse.
Uh-huh.
Those two cute little ones. There's
Mm-hmm.
a third one that comes out in
Oh.
July. Do
Oh.
you know how far July is from right
I
now?
was going to say, ew, one, that's summer, and two, that's like a long time away.
That's over half a year away.
We're not
Over
in
half a year.
July yet.
We are not, but I will tell you, I own it. I bought it. I
You
pre-ordered it. It's coming.
pre-ordered it? Yes.
Yep. I have one. I have a different book
You
that's
will
coming
forget
in
about
May.
it
Right? It'll
until it
be
shows
like
up.
past me will be very like future me is going to be very excited for past me who was like, we've got you. You're
I
good. Because
got
it's going
you.
to show up
Yeah.
on like release day and I'll be like, yes, stop everything.
I've already got it. Yes.
Right. So I'm excited for that. That's the kind of book that I look forward to reading, right? Like when I'm 9 months from when it comes out. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Insane. Insane.
I actually think we might be like 10 months out. Whatever it is, it's too many months. It's too many months.
Too many months.
Exactly. I finished my month with a novella, which I don't read them very often because they're just short little,
Yeah.
quick reads. This one, you've heard me talk about Angelique Bosman before. She's got an entire line of her series is called To Love. And so it's all different couples and things like that. And the next one I think is coming out next month, perhaps. But this one is not in that same world. It's like a little standalone novella. It's called Maid to Crown, and like Maid, Maid to Crown, and it's about a woman who gets hired to basically do housekeeping on a yacht. And she's like, cool, I will do housekeeping on this yacht. It'll be cool to travel. And then she realizes like, oh, they only need me to do the housekeeping portion when it's docked at home.
Oh, sad.
She's like, so she doesn't like, but she also doesn't have to like deal with any of the, people who are on board, or she doesn't have to like make food or any of that kind of stuff. She's literally just there to like clean and make sure it's kept nice and all these sorts of things. And she meets, the woman and her son who have hired her. And through a couple of things that happen, she ends up, finding out some secrets about the son and recognizing that there may be more to the friendship that she has and things like that. But I will tell you, I think I finished it in like half an hour, 45 minutes. It was like a quick read.
Okay.
Like it was, I think it was like less than 100 pages.
Oh,
and so I will say it was a lovely, like quick in between kids getting home and like making dinner.
Yeah.
I was able to sit and read it and just lose myself in that for a little while. It was really sweet. And it very much falls in line with Angelique's typical writing style. So I knew what to expect. Yes. And I knew I could just kind of like sit and enjoy. And I don't typically pick up novellas ever because I'm like, oh, it's fine. Like it'll just be, I feel like it'll be over too quick. This one was not. Would I have wanted to read more? Of course, because I enjoy the characters. Right. Yeah. And so if she was like, hey, I'm going to take this and I'm going to redo it and make it like a full length novel, I'd be like, cool, I'll read it again. Like we'll read again.
That's cool.
So it was very sweet. Very sweet, very, like I said, very sweet, very quick. A nice little palate cleanser in between, in between the pumpkin spice things that I did not enjoy.
That I, right? Did and did not enjoy.
And I could count on liking it, right? It was one of those that I was like, oh, I know I'm going to enjoy this. So it was an easy yes.
Fun. So we're definitely in those themes. It's great.
100%. I've got a couple arcs that I have set up that are holiday, like not Halloween holiday, like holiday that I'm in the middle of, which is kind of weird, but also I'm not hating it.
Right? Like we're kind of in that theme. Like it's happening.
Yeah. If you had told me to read it in July, I'd be like, I cannot.
I mean, Christmas in July is a thing.
It is a thing, but I just don't think I'm reading beach reads at that point.
This is true. Yes.
Right?
It's
so
like
maybe if you had asked me in March,
outside.
I'd be like, I could try. Right?
Yeah.
But I'm okay right now to slip it in between because everybody getting and preparing for all of like the fall holidays definitely leads itself into like, oh, also.
And
the
by the way,
holidays.
let's just slide Christmas in here.
Yeah, it's really
this.
easy to pop back and forth, and it has not been hard at all. But we'll talk that next month.
That's how the Burr months go.
It definitely is. So, would love to know what everybody else is reading. What are we getting into? Really appreciated everybody who commented on our 1-year anniversary video.
Yes,
so many
that was
fun
so much
things
fun.
to hear. Right?
Yes.
So many cool things to hear that people were like noticing and saying and all that kind of stuff. So it was really great to kind of chat with people over there, which was fun.
Yes. So come chat on this one. Yes. Let's see. What did you read this month? Because, I clearly need more on my TBR. So tell me what you're reading.
Always adding.
That I need to read. Or what I need to avoid, because like I said, I do have a lot on my TBR. So if there's something that you're like, maybe don't grab that one next,
scoot that to the bottom of the pile.
Let us know. Let us know.
Please. And if you have not already subscribed in 25, we have a couple more months to do that, but do it now, because then when we say this, we're not talking to you anymore.
That's right. I mean, we're always going to talk to you, but we're not scolding you.
We're not scolding you about the subscribing part. That's right. Additionally, if there is somebody who you think would enjoy joining us in these chats, we would love for you to tag them or share with them, or however you see fit. Just copy and send that link right over. Would love to make some new friends there as well.
Heck yeah. Let us know.
Precisely. So we've got some other stuff coming up that we have opinions about. And so I'm excited to talk some more potentially non-mainstream opinions. I think that's the best way to say it.
We have some spicy opinions coming.
Right? We have things that we
prepare for the spiciness and not of the pumpkin variety.
No, not of the
variety.
Variety.
In case you missed it. Non-pumpkin.
Non-pumpkin variety.
Ain't doing it. Not
exactly.
Here.
So, like we said, likes, subscribe if you have something to say. Comment down below, or join us over on Threads or Instagram. We're there as well. But just know we do check all of the things. So
we do. We interact. You will chat with us a lot.
Right?
And you will like it.
We have things to say and to share, but we also want to hear from you. We want to know what it is that you're working on, and have had some really great conversations about, would never have thought that thing, or this is a book that I think you should really get on, or that kind of stuff. I think one of the episodes that seemed to garner some excitement was the judging a book by its cover one.
Yes. So people are looking forward to that one.
Right. So are we. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yep. I've already been thinking. There are several I have bought based on the cover. So it will be the opportunity to read those. So thank you guys for your ideas and kind of steering us on what we're reading next.
Exactly, because sometimes if I don't have to choose, I'm cool with it. If someone would be like, hey, read this. A lot of the time, if it's one less choice.
That's right.
One less thing for me. So until we chat with you next week, happy reading. And we will see you real soon.
See you in October.
It was great to have you join us for today's chat. If you'd like to continue the conversation, provide a recommendation, or simply say hi, pop over to Instagram at wine.read.wine, or leave us a comment on our YouTube channel. We'll see you on the next episode. Happy reading!